Everyone, welcome to the weekly chart reviews for stocks. Now, as you've seen before, I just do the major ones that I have right here on my watch list. Honestly, if you guys have any requests of stocks that you want me to touch up on, just throw it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to review them the next week. There's really no reason why I can't. This is just my watch list based on leverage trades that I'm able to take. Okay, but yeah, I'm just going to jump right in. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is analyze NASDAQ. So what I've shared in a Discord channel is this move right here. This is kind of what I was looking for, this bounce off the black. We've only seen it happen once before, right, where it actually crossed over, but the majority of the time it kind of hits right above that area, right? Crosses just through that brown, right? As you can see here, 2011 even, brown, right? The brown is the 610 EMA channel, and I use Fibonacci EMAs. I know a lot of people use, the 50, 200, 800,000 EMA. Do whatever you want. All I'm saying is the Fibonacci is far more accurate because, I had a rant on it before, but it kind of occurs anywhere, everywhere in nature, and it's quite the useful tool to be able to understand, right? So once you do, you're gonna want to apply it everywhere. Anyways, so what I saw before was this area to kind of sneak into, right? We bounced off that 11,684 off that point right there, which I'll show you my chart right here. No, I don't want to delete it, you crazy. The really messy one that I have here. And I highlighted where I was expecting the price to actually come to. So the strong Friday that we had was a little bit unexpected for me because this gap didn't quite close, right? And I was really hoping it would have, because that would have solidified um, my reasoning for it to actually climb. But we missed the gap close by 61 points, 61 and a half points. So my concern is that this move on Friday is short-lived, right? It could very well climb up to 15,000 again, but again, my concern is that the only reason it won't is because it came so close to closing that off and it just didn't, right? So this play right here could be something similar that we see right here, where we have like 3 strong days and then a whole bunch of crap right afterwards. The other aspect of it could be that it's like this run right here, where it just, a couple strong days right after each other and then much longer drop. So judging where we're at right now, I would say if on Monday the stocks open and we close even higher and we shut down this gap, um, I'd be looking to go, let's do a fib retracement from top to bottom right here. I'd be looking to go maybe around the 786 mark, maybe just closing off this gap right here. So, potential target of this area. And the only reason why I say that is because, I was hoping to climb a little bit and close this gap before, but that just didn't happen, right? It came pretty close. It was only like, what, 300 points off, right? But it just didn't quite get there. So I would say the target would be around here. If it goes higher, that's fantastic. But anything above this line right here, this highlighted area of 14,600 is bonus. Anything above that is great, but I'll probably be cutting my positions around here if it starts continuously going up like we had this run. All right. Yeah. And then I can see us dropping all the way down to 11,000 even, right here. Getting all three of these guys, and then moving higher. Going down to 10,000, I really can't see it going all the way there. Um, I'm just expecting it to drop down to this EMA line. We came close. Maybe that was it, right? The optimist in me says that was it, and we want to climb now. The more rational thinker, I just want to be a little cautious. Monday's really going to be the definitive day to figure out what's going on, right? If we kind of open and close and it's a doji day, maybe hesitant still, but if we open and close a very nice green bar like this day right here, then yeah, I'll be bullish in the short term for maybe about a week, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks even. We'll see. All right, US 30. Haven't been really keeping up as the other ones you've seen, but we've kind of broken through this area, so I'm just gonna axe it out and made a new low. And similar sort of play on Friday like we had on the NAS, right? But what we're going to do is draw that up, and what's the significant area that it's bouncing off? Right here. We're getting the play off those daily candles, right? So far it doesn't really seem like it wants to go lower than that. And let's see, right now we've just kind of hit the 618 EMA on the daily. The last time that we hit that area, I think, was like we dropped even further, and that's when things shut down for COVID. But again, that was, not going to be a long-term lasting thing. The longest that it went to, I guess, from a normal drop would have been down to the brown. So let's say from here to here, that is 3 months of that kind of crazy drop, right? But as it's happening right now, I think it's just a little bit of a rally. Like it's going to hit, maybe drop a little bit lower, but I don't foresee it going all the way down to the black. It happened before back in 2018. So it kind of peaked, almost a double top, and then it went lower. We didn't really have a double top here. It just kind of started dropping. So yeah, I mean, I think anywhere kind of in this area, in the next, what was it, 1,500 point range here, strong chance at a reversal. Similar to NASDAQ even, it could just be in the short term for a few weeks. All right, let's jump into some stocks. I'm going to switch them to the 6 hour. Oh no, 4 hour. Let's do 4 hour. All right, so Apple, as we saw, there is a new gap that was formed on Thursday. Oh no, yeah, from Thursday to Friday. So potential target for it to come back to, but as you saw, look at that shift off the EMA, right? Maybe even off the 1 hour. No, 4 hour. I like 4 hour for these ones. Okay, we haven't had a, if you take a look back, we haven't had a drop that deep since COVID. I want to say since COVID, since everything shut down due to COVID. When I say COVID, that's what I mean. Okay, so that's as deep as we've dropped right now. Earnings and dividends came in, so I believe we're going to have a nice climb for Apple in the short term. If it fills this gap, fantastic, right? Because that means it'll have another $30 to climb per share. AMC, kind of expecting the reversal a little bit sooner, but it went deeper. So EMA shift, like I'm saying, right? It's been steadily down. Nothing crossed over that red line as far as, well, those EMAs didn't cross that red line. It's been a steady drop over the last 2 months. AMD, EMA shift just happened on Friday. That's great. That's news for it to actually bounce up higher. First gap to close would be 117. In the short term, that definitely seems like a possibility. Just a climb of about $21. Amgen, look at that rejection, very nice. Right off that black EMA and up it goes. Black EMA, like I said, is the 987 for me, and the brown one is the 610. White is 233, pink is 55, red 21, yellow is 5. EMA settings. Okay, Amazon. So we broke through support that was right there. Not great. Pardon me. Very late for me now, just a little after midnight. But the first big gap that it formed is right here. Short term, I'm expecting it to climb around the 2800 range to shut down this gap and then possibly linger a little bit, maybe go a little bit lower. But yeah, very, very strong potential for it to kind of hit this area and yeah, just kind of close it off. Even though earnings didn't hit, right? By how much? Yeah, that's not great. Uh, let's see, Activision, same story. Like it's just everything's getting crushed, and these guys are just kind of floating around the $77, $78 range. Let's see, BlackRock. As far as their lows are concerned, I think this is a pretty strong time to snag some up. You know, we've hit a double bottom if we're counting the October, November 2020 low right here. Very good potential for this to keep climbing. Like it dropped 30 something percent. Let's do the measure tool from its high. 39, almost 40%. Right? Pretty good idea to snag that guy up. And Berkshire Hathaway, where are you going, my friend? So yeah, strong move down once COVID, right? COVID. And then once EMA spread, it really didn't cross that white very much. So I'm guessing probably around the brown is a very good indicator that 610 that this is going to be a good chance to reverse upward. Like we've been having a very strong decline in this stock over the last several weeks. Quite possibly that will be our first support and we can bounce off that. But once we see how the next few days play out, I think that'll be a very good sign. And I'm going to be looking for an EMA switch on the 4-hour. Right now, we kind of had our parallel candles and then 2 days of nothing for this stock in particular. But if we have an EMA switch on the 4-hour, that's some good news because then we might see a nice steady run up like we did here, kind of beginning of March till end of March. Caterpillar, yeah, it's kind of hovering around the aqua right here, using it as a support resistance line. But this gap is nearly closed, like very close. Came very, very close to doing that. Just shy of about $1.50, maybe. Costco hit a volume mark right there. Definitely a strong opportunity to purchase some up. Look, it bounced right off that 610 EMA on the 4-hour. And last time it kind of went lower was March of 2021. It dropped. How much did it drop? Let's go by percentage. It dropped 21% approximately. And now from high to where it's at, it dropped 21% approximately. Very interesting. Good opportunity, right? Going back up to 610, that would be very nice. Currently it's sitting at, I think, what, 500? No, 497. Okay. Chevron. Chevron is kind of going to be bouncing around like XTI that you saw, or if you saw, if I did it on the Forex. So it's kind of within a range, I would say, of about $10 to $12. Disney. Yeah, until they kind of pull a Netflix and say, yeah, we're not going to cancel people's content, then I don't see this reversing anytime soon. DocuSign, Very nice open on Friday, and I guess we're going to continue the uptrend. We had the EMA switch. That's a fantastic sign, right? First good sign in several weeks, right? We didn't really have an EMA switch since April 5th, right? It kind of shut down and then kept dropping. But now that is going to open it with an EMA switch on the following day, on Monday, and very good potential for it to keep climbing upwards. So let's hope that happens. Dow, um, bouncing around that area. I guess it's still in good trajectory to go up. EA, uh, yeah, I'm not really a huge fan, like I said before. eBay, uh, unfortunately, we haven't had an EMA switch. I'm going to stay away from that one for now. EGLX, good day that we had, but that's kind of my target zone. I wanted to hit back to 580. It's going to be a little bit of a painful run, I think. I don't know if I'm ever going to see that again. We'll see. They have not been doing so great. Facebook, gigantic gap to fill. We'll see how that goes. Frontier Lithium, doing all right. Just chilling around that pink EMA. It seems like it's lost momentum. We'll see how it continues or how far down it drops. GameStop, holy potatoes. So I'll delete that because it's kind of irrelevant now. But very interesting how this played out. Right, I'll just draw that a little bit higher because that was the actual low. Bounced right off that and started going up. So I would say $77 is pretty much a new support zone. And now what we can see happening, right, like we saw the EMA and whatever the climbs. So if we draw the fib channel going from top to bottom, right, that zone, I would say that our potential target would be around here. You know, anywhere from 152 to 171 for it to climb, something like that. Maybe 160, but not too bad. You know, good potential. Google, their split is coming up right here, July 18th. Oh, jeez, I can't stop yawning. Sorry, guys. It's already 12:30 here for me. Once everything starts climbing, Google also has a strong potential for an EMA shift, which I believe would be a good indicator if it happens on Monday or Tuesday. We haven't seen anything shift since beginning of April. Once that happens, very good sign that this will be kind of short-term bullish. Maybe once we hit and close this gap right here around the 2800 range. Goldman Sachs, gap needs to close right there. No EMA shift happening yet. Home Depot, almost. One more bullish day and we're looking good for an EMA shift, but we've looked that way for quite a while. Let's see how earnings go. If it crushes earnings, then it's going to be a very good day. All right, and yeah, short-term target I would say is around 340. Long-term target around 380, 384. Honeywell, close the gap, so I'll shut that down. Very good. HPQ, 8%, I mean on 38 cents though, so not fantastic. But yeah, this has been a bit of a bummer. Again, long-term hold for me. Reason being, again, I think they have a lot of potential, but it's just a lot of trial and error going on right now. So I believe in them. I think they're going to be a very good potential Canadian company. They go hand in hand with Pyrogenesis. Intel, gap filled right there. nothing too exciting, honestly. Intuit, same. Like a lot of these charts have the exact same setups, so there's really no surprises that are coming in. Okay, this one filled the gap. I'll move it a little later on. Microsoft, right? It bounced off the red, so I guess that's a good sign. Netflix 187 right now. Oh, is that an EMA shift I see? Are you finally going to start climbing and getting back some money? Yep, we got an EMA shift opening on Monday. That's a very good sign, right? So being able to snag some shares at this price is great. Getting them a 164 would have been fantastic, but holy cow, this has been painful to watch. Going from a high of almost 700 down to 160 within 6 months, that's bad. Neo, decent recovery on Friday. It's got a long way to climb. Nike, same, right? Needs to get back around the 180 mark. It's currently sitting around 113. Hit the low of 105, I want to say. 105, yeah, just. NVIDIA, so it kind of hit its split level lows. Split? Just, nope, a little bit higher. Yeah, May 28, 2021. Yeah, just wait on the EMA shift here, grab it higher. Pinterest, not much going on over the last few weeks. Slowly bleeding to. PayPal, slow trickle down. Again, first kind of target is about 170. Nice high target is about 220. Pyrogenesis, so this one kind of hit two peaks right here on price of 320, but we seem to be going higher than before, and earnings are not being reported. Minus 13 cents. Roblox, yikes, another earning down. Ooh, that's bad. Yep. How is Roblox ever popular? Like, look, every single time, earnings is not good. Alright, well, let's see. Roku, good recovery on Friday. EMA is shifting, so that's a good sign. And I would say this is going to be a long-term hold for me. I'm optimistic of the stock. Every single time they minus 19 is not fantastic, but as far as revenue is concerned, they're doing pretty good. Spotify, bleeding as well, but again, short-term target is about 182. It's currently sitting at 106. Tesla, judging from how it climbs before, I would say that target will be around 1,035, maybe as high as 1,100 before it starts dropping again, right? As we've seen it happen here, we might see it kind of happen here as well. In the short term, maybe a little bit lower, like 1082, 1080, and then yeah, it looks like off the purple or this yellow is pretty reasonable for it to hit. 678. We'll see. Right now, it is just kind of bouncing off that black EMA. It hasn't been that low since March of 2020, right off that specific support zone. So we'll see. Visa, nothing too exciting. All these zigzags give me a headache. And then Walgreens, Walmart, ExxonMobil, very similar to Chevron as far as its movement. And this is what I meant by oil, right? It's bounced around a little bit. I drew it up on the other charts. Let me see right here. Oil, what does it look like? Yeah, there we go. I drew it up right here. Right, so two potential entries. Watch the Forex video just to get a clear indication. I believe that oil will be a very good uh, double play to be able to grab. And yeah, I would say that's that. That kind of concludes the stocks. You know, from what I've seen and what we potentially will see in the future, not too shabby. All right, everybody. So if you could do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, set up your notifications so you can see when the next videos are released, and give me any comments, again, just to see if there's any stocks that you would like me to dissect in greater detail. You know, the reason I don't go into too far details is because I've done this already for several weeks, and now we're just watching them play out. Right? So if there's any kind of crazy developments, I'll be sure to spend more time on that particular stock. But right now, it's just kind of going as expected. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.